You walk into a room and completely forget why you're there. You lose your keys 3 times a week. You're reading the same sentence over and over. And it's just not sticking. If this sounds familiar, you're not losing your mind. But your hormones may be losing their balance. And here's what nobody tells you. Menopause brain fog is real. It is backed by neuroscience. And there are proven ways to improve it. By the end of this video, you'll understand what's happening in your brain, why it feels this way, and what you can start doing today to get your clarity back. Hi, I'm Dr. Medora. For the past 15 years, I've worked with thousands of women moving through perimenopause and menopause. And one of the most frustrating symptoms I hear about isn't the hot flashes. It isn't even the sleep problems. It's the cognitive fog. Women tell me they feel slower, less sharp, less confident. They forget names, lose track of conversations, and struggle to focus. Some even worry that they may be developing early dementia. So let me reassure you right away. Menopause brain fog is real, it is common, and in most cases it is temporary. This is not a character flaw, it is not laziness, and it is not a sign that you're falling apart. This is brain chemistry. During your reproductive years, estrogen and progesterone do much more than regulate your cycle. Estrogen, in particular, plays a major role in how your brain functions. It helps support blood flow to the brain. It helps regulate important neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. And it helps maintain the connections between brain cells, which is how your brain processes information, stores memory, and stays mentally sharp. Now here's the problem. As you move into perimenopause and menopause, estrogen doesn't simply decline in a smooth, predictable way. It often swings up and down. One day it's relatively stable, and the next day it drops. Your brain does not love that kind of instability. When estrogen fluctuates, several things can happen at once. Blood flow to certain parts of the brain may decrease. Your brain cells may produce energy less efficiently. And the neurotransmitters that help with focus, motivation, word recall, and memory can become less stable. That is why you may feel mentally cloudy. You may lose your train of thought. You may struggle to concentrate. You may feel like your brain is working, but not working at full speed. Estrogen also affects a calming brain chemical called GABA. When estrogen is more stable, GABA tends to work better, which helps you feel calm and focused. When estrogen fluctuates, that system becomes less steady. The result can be brain fog, irritability, and even anxiety. At the same time, estrogen affects dopamine, which is deeply connected to motivation, focus, and mental drive. When dopamine drops, tasks feel harder to start. Thinking feels slower. Concentration takes more effort. This is biology, not a lack of willpower. And there is another major factor that makes everything worse. Sleep. Hormonal changes during menopause often disrupt sleep. Some women wake up from hot flashes. Others wake up with anxiety. Some fall asleep fine but can't stay asleep. And once sleep quality goes down, memory, attention, and mental clarity usually go down with it. So if you've been feeling foggy, forgetful, or mentally off, the first thing I want you to know is this: you are not imagining it. The second thing I want you to know is this: it can get better. And before we talk about solutions, let me address one fear that many women have. Could this be dementia? In most cases, no. Menopause brain fog looks very different from progressive cognitive decline. With menopause brain fog, you usually notice the lapses. You know you forgot the word. You know you lost focus. You know something feels off. With dementia, people are often less aware of the problem, and the symptoms continue to worsen over time. Menopause brain fog is usually temporary. Dementia is progressive. If you're truly concerned, please talk to your doctor. But for many women, what they're experiencing is hormone-related brain fog, not permanent damage. So now let's talk about what actually helps. If I had to start with one thing, it would be sleep. If you're not sleeping well, everything else becomes harder. Your memory gets worse. Your focus drops. Your mood becomes less stable. and your brain has fewer chances to recover. So start with your sleep environment. Keep your bedroom cool, ideally around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're dealing with hot flashes, a cooler room can make a big difference. Next, keep a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed at roughly the same time each night and wake up at roughly the same time each morning. Your brain and body respond well to rhythm. Now let's talk about caffeine. You may not need to give it up completely, but try to avoid caffeine after 2 in the afternoon. During perimenopause and menopause, many women become more sensitive to it. It can stay in your system longer, interfere with deep sleep, and leave you feeling more foggy the next day. Also, reduce screen time before bed. Blue light from phones, tablets, and laptops can interfere with melatonin, which is the hormone that helps your body prepare for sleep. Try giving yourself at least 1 screen-free hour before bedtime, and for some women, magnesium glycinate in the evening may help support better sleep. It's not magic, but it can be useful. As always, check with your doctor if you have medical conditions or take other medications. If hot flashes or repeated waking are a big issue for you, that's worth discussing with your doctor too. Better sleep is not a luxury here, it is part of the treatment. Once sleep starts improving, the next thing to look at is nutrition. Your brain needs steady fuel, and during menopause, that becomes even more important. One of the biggest mistakes I see is unstable blood sugar. If you're eating lots of refined carbs, skipping meals, or grabbing quick sugary snacks, your blood sugar rises and crashes. And when that happens, your brain doesn't get the steady energy it needs. That can feel like brain fog, irritability, low energy, and poor concentration. So try to build meals around 3 things: protein, healthy fats, and fiber. For example, instead of just toast for breakfast, you could have eggs, whole grain toast, and avocado. That kind of meal keeps blood sugar steadier and supports better focus through the morning. Omega-3 fats are also important. Your brain relies heavily on healthy fats, and omega-3 fatty acids help support brain cell function and reduce inflammation. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are great choices. If you don't eat fish regularly, you can discuss a quality supplement with your doctor. B vitamins matter too. They help your brain make energy and support neurotransmitter production. Foods like eggs, leafy greens, beans, and whole grains can help. And don't forget antioxidants. Blueberries, green tea, dark chocolate, and colorful vegetables help reduce oxidative stress, which can increase during menopause. And finally, hydration. Even mild dehydration can affect memory, concentration, and mental performance. Many women in menopause are not drinking enough water. So if your brain feels foggy, ask yourself one simple question: have I had enough water today? Now let's move to one of the most powerful tools of all: exercise. Exercise is one of the best things you can do for menopause brain fog. When you move your body, you increase blood flow to the brain. You also increase something called BDNF, which helps support brain cell growth, repair, and connection. Think of it like fertilizer for your brain. Exercise also improves mood, reduces stress, and helps regulate blood sugar and sleep. So it works on multiple levels at once. You do not need extreme workouts. A brisk walk counts. Cycling counts. Swimming counts. Dancing counts. Aim for about 30 minutes of moderate movement most days of the week. If that feels like too much right now, start with 15 or 20 minutes and build from there. Resistance training matters too. Using weights, resistance bands, or bodyweight exercises 2 to 3 times per week can help support metabolism, brain health, and overall resilience. But the most important thing is consistency. A little bit every day is far more helpful than one intense workout once in a while. And if you can exercise outdoors, even better. Natural light helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which supports better sleep, which then supports clearer thinking. Now let's talk about stress. Stress and brain fog feed each other. When you're stressed, cortisol rises. And when cortisol stays high for too long, memory and focus suffer. Executive function suffers. You feel scattered, overwhelmed, and mentally exhausted. That is why calming your nervous system matters. You do not need a perfect meditation routine. You do not need an hour of silence. Even 5 minutes can help. Try simple box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4. Exhale for 4, hold for 4. Repeat that for a few rounds in the morning or before bed, or any time you feel mentally overloaded. Another thing that helps is cognitive engagement. Use your brain on purpose. Read something challenging, learn a new skill, take a class. Do puzzles, practice a language, play a strategy game. When your brain is exposed to novelty, it activates neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to adapt, learn, and strengthen its networks. And don't underestimate social connection. Conversation, laughter, and meaningful connection activate multiple parts of the brain at once. They improve mood, reduce stress, and support mental sharpness. And finally, for some women, hormone therapy may be worth discussing with a qualified doctor. It is not right for everyone. And it is not a universal solution. But for some women, especially those in early menopause with significant symptoms, it can help improve brain fog along with other symptoms. The key is to have an informed conversation based on your personal health history. So let me bring this all together. If you're dealing with menopause brain fog, remember these 5 things. First, this is real. It is not in your head. Hormonal changes can directly affect memory, focus, word recall, and mental clarity. Second, sleep comes first. A cool room, a consistent bedtime, less afternoon caffeine, and less evening screen time can make a real difference. Third, feed your brain properly. Prioritize protein, healthy fats, fiber, omega-3 fats, B vitamins, antioxidants, and hydration. Fourth, move your body regularly. Aerobic exercise and resistance training both help the brain function better. And fifth, manage stress and keep your brain engaged. Breathing exercises, learning, social connection, and mental challenge all support recovery. Now here's the most important part. Do not try to change everything overnight. Pick one thing. Just one. If sleep is your biggest problem, start there tonight. If your diet is all over the place, focus on building one balanced meal each day. If you're not moving much, start with a 20-minute walk. If stress is crushing you, begin with 5 minutes of box breathing. One simple change, done consistently, can create momentum. Then after a week or two, add the next one. This is not about perfection, it is about giving your brain the conditions it needs to recover. And the good news is, your brain is adaptable, it can heal, it can rebalance, and you can feel like yourself again. If this video helped you, like and subscribe, and in the comments, tell me which one of these strategies you're going to start with first. If you know another woman who is struggling with brain fog, share this video with her. Sometimes just knowing that this is common, real, and manageable can take away so much fear. Thank you for watching, take care, and remember, this fog is not forever.